Hi everybody! Hola from Mexico, from Puerto Vallarta. This is my little rental, my little apartment for the time being. Today I am talking to you about traveling solo, why I travel solo, why I think you should too, and how I build a network of friends as a nomad. So, you know me, Julie. I am a seasoned solo traveler and nomad, and I have been on the road now for over a year and a half, and I'm currently exploring the heck out of Mexico, which is just kind of crazy to believe sometimes. I am in Puerto Vallarta right now. I drove from the US down to Mexico, and I will be here for a few weeks, and then we'll see what happens. So why I travel solo? I am primarily an introvert. Shocker. So I think I'm particularly suited to the nomad life. As a nomad who isn't traveling in a group or in a relationship, I will naturally spend a lot of time alone. And not only is it the reality, it is kind of the desire. Honestly, that's what it means to be an introvert. I would say I'm probably 60-40 introvert, extrovert. And I need that time to recharge. I need my alone time to kind of process. And I get tired or frustrated or anxious if I spend too much emotional energy on other people without having time to recharge. And you might wonder, what if I'm with someone who's doing all the talking? Well, active listening still takes a lot of emotional energy. You know, you're absorbing, you're reacting, you're reflecting. I need my recharge time, and too much socializing wears me out. However, that's one of the beautiful things about being a solo traveler. You can choose when you want to be introverted. You can choose when you want to be by yourself, or you can choose when you want to socialize. If I'm alone, if I want to be alone in public, I'll wear my earbuds. I'll bring a book with me. I use body language that indicates I'm not really interested in talking to anybody. And sometimes I actually find a sympathetic friend to go with who I can just be with without having to talk. You know those people? Aren't they great? And that's really hard to find, by the way. So my mom and I are like that. We can just sort of have those quiet moments together and not have to be talking all the time, which is great. But if I want to be social, I go up by myself. I strike up conversations with people around me. I talk to servers and bartenders. I make friends. I do make friends. And, maybe arranging or joining meetups, going on dates. And when I'm in public, then I choose to carry myself with open body language that shows, that subconsciously invites people in to come talk to me. And obviously, having Penny, my dog, she is a conversation starter. She goes up to people, she approaches people, so that makes me very approachable. And I actually feel like I'm more approachable alone than if I were in a huddle of friends and we're all chattering with each other. We just, that huddle or that small group, it feels very closed off. So it's not a great way to meet people. And I think traveling alone does mean you're going to spend a lot of time socializing if you want to socialize. I love it. So what else do I love about being a solo traveler? Well, everything is your own. When you feel like waking up, when whatever you decide to do with your day, what you want to eat, there's no debating, there's no compromising, there's no arguing. If somebody wants oysters and you don't want it, somebody wants to stay out to 2 a.m. and you want to go to bed at 11, you can do whatever you want. I love solo traveling for this. I get to do everything I want to do. And not only that, but kind of the navigation, the planning, the bookings, the language, all of the logistics. When all of that is up to you to sort out, I feel this incredible sense of accomplishment. And I feel like a rock star every time I come across something that's potentially super complicated or stressful and I knock it out of the park. And I think these are really good kind of lessons and obstacles to overcome. I mean, look at me driving through Mexico, figuring out the routes, how to get gas, rules of the road, all of the paperwork that was required. Damn, that was a lot. But Wonder Woman over here, I feel like The challenges I face as a solo traveler, they make me really feel like I can take on the world. I've honed this like grace under fire skill, which is obviously really good and serves you in so many other aspects of your life, and a muscle that you definitely want to grow throughout your lifetime. So on to making friends. How do I make friends, and who takes all my pictures? Well, to put it simply, there's really two categories of this: virtual connections and real life connections. So virtually includes obviously social media. What are we doing right now? I'm active obviously on Instagram. I'm active on Facebook and in Facebook groups. I'm a member of couch surfing, so I post my trips in couch surfing. I have a few dating profiles. Virtual introductions are real and they're happening. I've also had people introduce me to other people, their friends, like friends of friends, and we'll get connected on social media. So these are all good ways to sort of make that initial connection, have a short convo, and sometimes it leads to a real life meetup for a beach day, for a dinner, for some other outing. And that's fun. It's nice. Even if it's a brief friendship or someone to take your photos for you, or it ends up being real legit relationship, friendship, bond that you now have for the rest of your life, great. And because you asked, I get this a lot, half the time other people are taking my photos, half the time I have some tricks up my sleeve for solo travel photography. So if you want to know those tricks, you can DM me. I also meet people in real life too. Take the dance class. In Guanajuato, I took a dance class and I met these three ladies. A few of them, we hung out more than once. In Sayulita, I went out to do karaoke. These are all things I'm going and doing by myself, but along the way, I struck up some conversations and turned into dinners or bar hopping or something else. I've met, friends on buses, people in restaurants, people in hostels. There's a lot of ways to meet people in real life. I think you just have to be kind of open and receptive. What I appreciate about solo travel is that I can choose when I want to be social and when I want to have friends, and then I can choose when I do want to just be introspective and be alone. It's great to get out and do the things you want to do. Don't wait for anybody, and you'll meet other like-minded people on the way. I think that's key. Don't wait for somebody else to join you on the things you want to do. Go do the things you want to do. You'll find people there. If you want to find people there to be your friend, you'll find people there, and then you've been able to see and do and achieve the thing that you actually wanted to do. Lastly, I wanted to kind of talk about sort of a painful stereotype that I've received or that I've seen kind of talked about in a nomad group that I'm in. And this is a direct quote. And I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments. This is a direct quote from some member of that group. Nomads don't have any real human bonds and closeness and do not contribute to local people's lives. I think it's pretty cringy and really small-minded, and it hurts. First, I think it assumes that people have to be physically present in order to have a relationship or an impact on one another. And I can attest, and I think some of my readers can too, you can impact people from a distance, through the written word, through works of art, through video, audio, other virtual means. There's a lot of ways to connect with people without having to be physically in front of them. And also, proximity, I've said this before, proximity does not guarantee closeness emotionally, right? That's what I'm getting at. It doesn't guarantee closeness, intimacy, or any kind of depth of understanding. And the length of time that you spend with someone also does not scale with the magnitude of impact. You spend a long time with someone and you're automatically more impactful. that does not compute. You know, there are people that have spent their entire lives together and don't really know each other. You know, any of us, any of you guys, if you've ever fallen in love in a matter of days, if you've ever had your life changed by someone's journey or testimony, if your life has ever totally changed direction because of someone you met, maybe just briefly, if you have any friends that you like hardly ever see, but when you're back together, it's like no time has even passed. You know what I'm saying? Length of time and physical proximity does not a powerful or close relationship make. We don't have to be in the same room to be close with each other. And that's amazing. I think that shows that the world is not, the world is smaller than we think it is. And the power of, you know, modern communication channels. People are walking contradictions. There are no absolutes in life. We don't fit into neat little boxes. The whole idea that like, if you're this, you can't be that, it's wrong. You know what they say about assumptions. Be whoever you want to be. You can be a little of this and a little of that and be perfectly you. And don't listen to the small-minded and the programming. I am happy to talk through logistics or provide some emotional inspiration. If anybody has any questions about the journey and the adventure so far, I make your questions into these future broadcasts. I'm loving my 180 days in Mexico. I'm 9 weeks in. Make sure you are subscribed to stay up to date. Final little thought. I don't make any money on my blog. I do it to inspire you. I do it because I had a lot of questions when I was first starting out, and I couldn't find the answers anywhere. So if you feel compelled to send me a tip or a small donation, not required, but definitely appreciated. My Venmo is Julie B. Rose, and it is the same as my Instagram. Muchas gracias and adios, my friends. I will be talking about these topics I see in the comments and future episodes. Mwah! Talk soon.